Good morning. Thank you, Peter. It's not on? Oh. Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Community Church in the Round. We are a welcoming congregation where we strive to transform ourselves and the world through love, wonder, and connection. My name is Elena Brooks Perkins, and I use she, her pronouns, and I'm trying my best to look at everybody. I serve as a worship associate, I'm also in choir, and I'm on the nominating committee. Today we're doing church a little differently than usual. We're unplugged, except for using microphones for accessibility, and we're still streaming on Zoom so that those who can't be with us in person can still join. But today we're circling around an imaginary campfire to tell stories and sing together. A quick announcement. The Social Action Ministry is sponsoring a Get Out the Vote postcarding campaign starting this Sunday. So Sam is teaming up with the Reclaim Our Vote to send out 1,000 postcards to folks in Virginia to encourage them to vote in the upcoming election. Please pick up a packet or two from a SAM member after service. And there's a great table out there. You can grab a packet. Whether you are here for the first time or the thousandth time, welcome. Whatever you are facing in your life, welcome. This is a place where we try our best to be real with one another, to get through hard things together, and to remind ourselves and one another the values that ground and center us, motivate and move us. Whoever you are, whatever your faith journey, whomever you love, you are welcome here. We welcome all who seek to know the sacred and all who seek to make our world more just. Our commitment is to be together in covenant, to live out our values and work together towards our mission. These are what make a church. These are what make our church. Please rise in body or in spirit and join me in our affirmation of who this community is. The words can be found in the order of service, beginning with that all-important word.
Love is the message of this church, and service is our way.
This is our great covenant together, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Let's join in singing our opening hymn, Enter, Rejoice, and Come In. It's number 361 in our gray hardback hymnal. If you didn't get a hymnal on your way in, please raise your hand and we'll pass some out. We'll sing all 5 verses.
Open
May we listen so that we can hear. May we hear so that we can feel. And may we feel so that we can know. And may we know so that we can change ourselves and this world. We'll light this chalice. Eventually, together, we will light this chalice. We got this. There we go. Yeah. We'll light this chalice as we light ourselves and our way. Please join me now in a time of meditation and prayer. Find a comfortable place for your body, whatever that is. Maybe you need to stretch your arms out a little, put your feet flat on the floor, lay down, whatever feels comfortable for you. Find a moment here to be still. To just be. Spirit of life and love, hold us here together in this strange configuration. Let us be open to one another. Be open to change. Be open to connection. Let us be together, knowing together we are greater than just the individuals in this room. We are held in this community. And as we hold one another in this community, let us all hold in love and in light Susan Fox and Jeannie Bishop as Susan begins her chemotherapy treatment this week. May we remember we are loved, we are holy, we are one. So as we come together from our separate parts, we find ways to connect with one another, but we bring with us joys. We bring with us sorrows. We bring with us weights on our shoulders. And I invite you to breathe in together, breathe out together, and honor these big times, these big moments, these big feelings. Each of us is given this opportunity now to share what lifts us up and what weighs us down, what brings us brightness and what holds us from flying. So today we will light candles of joy and hope that will lift us up, bring out the bright things in our lives. We will also place stones for our fears and our sorrows that weigh on our spirits. In a moment, I'll ask you to come forward to light a candle or place a stone. But before I do, I want to invite those who aren't able to come forward in person. Maybe you're online, and you can put your joy or sorrow in the chat box. Or maybe you would like someone, Elena, to light a candle or place a stone for you. If you would like Elena to light a candle for you, please raise your hand, and we'll make that happen. would like a candle lit for you. Okay. Oh, I got one. If you would like a stone placed for you, raise your hand. Okay, now I invite you to come and do your own stone or candle. If you'd like to light a candle first, come this way, either way, this way. And if you need to do a stone, come this way and place your own.
We ask for a candle for Jean and Alex, a candle for Carolyn, a candle for Jill, candle for Susan, a stone for Nikki, and a stone for Joan and Art.
And now we'll light one final candle for all the joys that remain unshared, but in our hearts nonetheless. And one stone for all the weights that hold us down.
Amen. Oh, there we go. Good morning. My name is Adina Danuf. I use she or they pronouns, and I am your Director of Lifespan Religious Exploration. And as we've said, as you've noticed, if you've walked in and you've been here before, we're doing things a little differently. I feel like we say that a lot on Sunday mornings, though. We're doing things a little differently. We're trying things unplugged as you can be for accessibility. And when we first talked about the idea, it made me think of going camping, right? Of getting off the grid. Being one with nature, doing things like hiking or sitting around the campfire. So we did our candles, but I also brought us a campfire to enjoy today. Voila. Anybody got some marshmallows? No? Okay. And being around a campfire makes me think about how some people, when the campfire gets lit, just naturally whip out a guitar and start singing, right? You may have been in that situation. Guitarists, don't worry, you're not being put on the spot here. I don't have a guitar, but I thought maybe we could sing together. And I start with some history because a long time ago, right, a lot, maybe even most of the songs that people sang were unplugged. There was no radio, no speaker systems, maybe even no access to sheet music. So the way people would learn songs is to pass them to one another, to sing them back and forth together, right? Because you can't, this isn't on my paper, but it's funny. You can't show up to karaoke and look at words and just sing a song you don't know if you've never heard it before, right? Okay, so sometimes a way to learn a song, it's called call and response. So somebody sings something, everybody else repeats. So a good example of this kind of song, a way you can sing it, is a song in our own hymnal. You don't have to pull it open, though, because I'm going to sing the words for you. It's called We Are Dancing Sarah's Circle. You might have heard this before, or if you haven't heard the words, you might have heard the tune before. This version of lyrics came from a UU named Carol Etzer. So the song might have been passed along kind of like this. We are dancing Sarah's circle. Again, we are dancing Sarah's circle. Sorry for this key basis, it's octaves in this song. We are dancing Sarah's circle. Now I heard that some of you knew this, but you have to repeat after me. I found a modernized version of the last line. Family, neighbors, all. Okay, so that might be how a song was taught. And then as people start to know it, maybe they start to group things together. Now that tune, those words are more modern, but that tune is very, very old. And for years and years and generations before, it had been passed down. I tried to look this up. The internet said it was first written down sometime between 1750 and 1875. That is a very long time span. So who knows when it was first written down? But we know that it did historically originate well before that among people who were enslaved. They referenced a verse from the Bible, and it was a way to help remember among people who were forbidden to learn to read and write, right? So music is a way to remember things. Now, I still use music to remember things. I have what I call a wonky brain, or more naturally now has become called spicy. I have a spicy brain, and my brain does not like to hold things inside. I always have my words written down because you're not going to get a message if I don't have it written down. So when I go to the store and I need just a few things, right? You will definitely hear me singing to myself walking through the store. Like, I asked Travis, it's real. So you might hear me sing a list I feel funny doing this, but this is literally what happens to me. So I'm walking through the store and I'm like, milk and pickles, frozen pizza, milk and pickles, frozen pizza. Oh, I got the milk. What else do I need? Oh, milk and pickles, frozen pizza, shopping at the store. Yeah, okay, so then songs have also been a way for people to share stories around the campfire for many years, both real stories and stories that were made up. Because a long time ago, you couldn't just pull up TikTok on your phone to hear somebody tell a story, right? You couldn't go to the movies or turn Netflix on or hear the news, right? So stories were told in person, and sometimes to remember them, I'm going to get away from this speaker here, they were told through song. So you might have, I feel like many people might have heard a song, and if it starts, oh, I come from Alabama with the banjo on my knee. Yeah, that's a story song. It's a story, it's a loving, longing story about going from Alabama to Louisiana to see a beloved, right? That we all know it. We know that story because it was passed down. And then maybe a little more modern, if you hear the devil went down to Georgia looking for a soul to steal, right? There is a story coming, a good story, and some mean fiddle playing, right? You know, because they have been passed down. So we're going to tell a story today together, an easy one, okay? We are gathered here together. We are gathered here together. We are gathered here together at UCC. It worked on paper, it didn't work when I was bringing it up. Okay, so, it looks like our fire is burning low. I think that's time for me to pack up my camp and head on. It's been fun sharing songs at the campfire with you today, and my hope is that next time you find yourself a little bit unplugged, maybe you'll reach for a song, and you'll think about us here at our church. And when trying to find the best way to end our time together today, it only seemed natural to sing one more verse of our song, okay? Yeah? We enjoyed this time together. We enjoyed this time together. We enjoyed this time together. Now let's head to class. Thank you, friends.
And let's sing together. Sing them out. I think it's on your paper. It is. In your order of service, the lyrics. Behold you in our love as you go, as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious life. Behold you in our love as you go. So once a month, we share the faith and organization we believe in. Today, we'll be collecting an offering for Richardson's Rescue, a local nonprofit, no-kill organization dedicated to the care, rehabilitation, adoption of domestic animals. And Amy Richardson is going to speak a little bit about the organization. All plate and online donations not designated otherwise will be donated to Richardson's Rescue.
generosity.
Okay, hi everyone. Can everyone hear me? As she said, my name is Amy Richardson. I'll start out, it's not my rescue. Everybody thinks that it is, which is fine. That's exactly how I came to know them. I want to thank you for inviting me here and for your generosity and giving to our organization. We greatly appreciate it. And I'll just go and tell you a little bit about us. Richardson's Rescue was formed in 2015. And as she pointed out, we are a nonprofit, no-kill 501c3 organization dedicated to the care, rehabilitation, adoption of domestic animals. Our motto, which is on my shirt, is rescue, rehabilitate, rehome, and repeat. We were formed in 15 by some dedicated animal rescuers, including twin sisters Jerry and Terry Richardson, along with our current executive director, Helen Miller, who has been the executive director from the beginning. We're an all-volunteer, home-based rescue for cats. A lot of people think we do dogs and other things too, but we're strictly cats. We have had a few occasional rabbits and various other animals that are found, but pretty much strictly cats. The cats live in our homes. They become part of our homes, part of our household. So when you apply to adopt a cat from us, we can tell you about their personality. We can tell you about how they do with other cats, other dogs, our families, children, those kind of things. Most of us have many other cats in our home. We're all over Richmond. We have varied foster homes, so a lot of us have a lot of different aspects of our homes, so we can definitely tell you all about the cat and try to do our best to match the cat that will fit your household. Most of our funding comes from our adoption fees and private donations. We have one annual gala each year. It's on the third Saturday of March. We've been using the Children's Museum of Richmond for the last 2 years, and we'll continue to do that this year. I welcome all of you to come. Please visit our website. There will be more information on there as we get closer. It's a great night. We used to do more of an auction. Now it's turned into more of a gala. It's just kind of a fun evening, usually games. There's like a silent auction, those kind of things. But it's definitely a fun, relaxing evening to come out and celebrate cats. And our previous themes have been, this last year we did Changes in Catitude, which was dedicated to Jimmy Buffett. And the year before that was The Great Gatsby. So we typically have a really fun theme. And we currently charge $125 for an adoption fee, but it costs us over $300 to fully vet a kitten from all the medicals, all the way through their spay and neuter and their vaccinations. And the costs can be much more. That's for a healthy cat. So if a cat needs more medical care, which a lot of ours do because they are rescues and come from not the greatest places, or they come in very sick, so a lot of the costs are even larger than that. I know personally, my cat got injured on the July 4th weekend, and $750 later, going to an urgent vet, it's fair. As we all know, if you have animals, vet care is extremely expensive right now, and it always has been, but even more so. But my cat is doing well now, and she wasn't life-threatening, but we thought it was needed to go, and of course it was a holiday weekend, so that's where you have to go. We have a partnership that we do with Petco, and we use the Petco on Parham Road, and there's a Petco on Hull Street that we use. We have our pet stand there every other Saturday. We just had one yesterday. We're there for 2 hours. We do meet and greets and do our adoptions there, and they also have condos that they let us use. So our cats will go in there, stay approximately a week. If they don't get adopted, they come right back to our foster home. So they're never in cages or anything else, minus that one little box in the condos that some of us don't always love to use, but it gets us some really good publicity. The cats get seen, they can show their personality, and people that go in the store obviously fall in love with them. So always a good thing. And in my story, I started with Richardson's Rescue in 2018. My only daughter had just graduated from college, and of course I was an empty nester and was trying to figure out what to do. I'd always thought I wanted to foster dogs, but realized really quickly that dogs were a lot of work when I was still working full-time. So I have a cat. I've had cats all of my own, and just kind of decided to jump in and have really enjoyed it. I foster was my first thing I did. I've run the volunteer program within our organization and at Parham. I am an accountant by my career, and I've now started doing their financials and their government reporting the last couple of years. So, and we all, or it's a really small organization, we all just kind of jump in as needed. As you all probably know, nonprofits, we just all kind of help as needed. So, and let's see, what else? We also have a TNR program that a few of our volunteers are very dedicated to do. So if you have, we have certain appointments that the vets and the SPCA and those kind of places give us. Ever so often, we have about a dozen of those about a month, and if you have a population of TNR cats, that basically means that the cat is usually on the feral, not able to be in your household. They're usually kind of on the wild side, but if they can be cared for, usually have some type of shelter, they have someone feeding them, they're great rodent control. So if you, as long as you can control their population is the key to that. So if someone is dedicated to helping that population, we will help those people, get them trapped and neutered and spayed, and then we release them back, and at least there will be no more having any more babies, which is always good. And that's kind of our biggest goal. We all of us always talk about, we hope we get put out of business. Most places don't say that, but we would be thrilled if we got put out of business. So. But I will leave you with one last thing, and that is people always ask me that how can you foster and don't you fall in love with them, and how do you let them go? How do you let them be adopted? And I've seen, well, there's a couple of different reasons actually, but the first one is if I didn't, I would become the crazy cat lady that a lot of people already think I am. But so, and the second one is giving them up. It sounds bad, but it is the goal. That is, if I didn't give them up, or all of us didn't give them up, I wouldn't be able to foster anymore. I would be the crazy cat lady. And I saw this quote not too long ago, and I've seen it a couple times, and it is actually very true, and it's true for any of us in the rescue world. It says, because fostering is, because I would rather cry when a cat goes to their forever home than cry because it died alone outside waiting for help. Thank you so much, and thank you for your generosity.
Thank you. And thank you for your offering and all the ways that you give to our life and ministry with your time, talent, treasure, and trust. I'm going to share a story by Lynn Gardner, Sustaining the Tree of Life. The tree stood in the middle of the village. Its trunk was so large that it took 6 people holding hands to reach around it. The roots were strong and wide, and its branches spread out over the village square, offering shelter from the rain or shade from the summer sun. Its fruit was juicy, sweet, and plentiful. The people of the village loved the tree. Children played beneath it and climbed on its lowest branches. Young people knew that if you whispered your dreams to the tree, they were more likely to come true. People who proclaimed their love or friendship for one another beneath its branches found their relationships to be nourishing, and elders discovered that their sweetest memories could be counted on when they were near the great tree. The tree had been witness to so much, and when the breezes blew through the leaves, one could hear echoes of generations. Laughter, conversations, dreams, prayers, and songs. Animals loved the tree too. Rabbits lived in burrows under the roots, squirrels and monkeys lived in the branches, and bats and birds flew in to eat the abundant fruit. The tree seemed to buzz with life. One day, a traveling merchant arrived in the village. He rested in the shade and ate 2 pieces of the delicious fruit. "This fruit is incredible," he said. I would like to have some to sell in the next village that I visit. Who owns this tree?" "No one owns this tree," replied a villager. "If anything, we belong to it." "Well, then if no one owns the tree, then no one will mind if I pick the fruit," said the merchant, and began to fill a basket. "I mind," said the villager, "and today I'm the keeper of the tree." "What do you mean, keeper of the tree?" "We each take our turn being here with the tree. We could never own it. We are its protectors, as sustainers." "That's ridiculous. This tree doesn't need you. You could just take what you need, take what you want. The tree will continue." But the villager couldn't be persuaded. "Sir, this tree isn't like that. We don't come here to take from it, even though we receive so much. We are keepers of the tree because this is where we are nourished. This is here where some of our most precious memories are and where our people have dreamed. This is where we remember who we want to become." "Well," said the merchant, "you may think this tree is very special, but it still doesn't need you to sit with it. That's preposterous." "Ah," replied the villager, "the tree itself may not need me, but what of the others who come by? Just this morning, I sat with a woman whose heart was heavy with worry. Had I not been here, she would have had to carry that weight alone. And this afternoon, a tired couple came by, and they rested with me. They said they'd been looking for a space like this. And then an elder came by, and we watched the birds on the branches together. And now you are here. You are confused about what the tree is and how to be with it. Imagine if you had arrived and not found anyone here to talk with you. You might have continued thinking that everything you do is all about you. Luckily for you, my friend, I'm here to let you know that when you care for the tree of life, it becomes about so much more than just you." The merchant sat for a while and in the shade, thinking about these ideas that felt new and a little challenging. As the sun went down, he packed up his bag and headed out of town, whistling a song that he hadn't thought of in years. On his way, he shared a smile with each person he met, his heart feeling strangely light and joyful. And the people of the village, they continued to sustain the tree of life, to care for one another and share their gifts with grace and gratitude. May it be so for each of us.
gonna try this mic one more time. See if it works. We'll see. You can hear me, but will it crickle and crackle and go out? We don't know. We'll find out. It's very fun to be part of an experiment, isn't it? Yeah, no, the campsite just doesn't have very good reception. You're right. Did you know that in early Christian gatherings, there were all small groups of people gathered together around a table, eating, drinking, dreaming together? I probably told you that already. I mean, it's one of my favorite facts of Christianity because it offers the insight of the humanity of those who work to create this ideal world together. There were people who liked ideas and food and who were longing for a better future, longing to belong to someone or something larger than themselves, kind of like us. As the gatherings got larger and the message spread, it became harder to have everyone around a table, or even 2 tables, or even 3, so they had to give up the intimacy of their gatherings. They began a ritual that reminded them of eating together and drinking together. You might be familiar with it. It's called the Eucharist or communion. It's how they could remember that they were part of community together. Community, communion, belonging to each other and to something larger. And I can hear the microphone going out. Super fun. I don't know. I'll use the other one. Okay. If you can hear me. Just stand still? Okay. Well, that is against the whole point of this, is to move around, look at each other, be around the campfire. Maybe I should stand over here because it's not right under the speaker. Ooh, no. All right. Better? Okay, great. So communion is part of the Christian tradition, but it's also something that means more than just eating and drinking together. It means it's a symbol of belonging. There's an ongoing discussion amongst liberal clergy, and you aside, but liberal Christian clergy, about what it means to have rules about who can and cannot join communion. Should the invitation only be open to those who have followed a certain set of rules, who have become part of the in-group, or should it be open only to anyone and open widely to anyone who shows up, who comes and wants to participate? So here, when we have communion, it's not about remembering our connection to Christianity. It's not about anything but how we are together. I swear, can you still hear me? Yes. Okay. Sorry, y'all. It doesn't sound right to me. It's okay. For flower communion and water communion, which we have at the bookends of our year, you're asked to bring a flower or water in from your own places and to take a flower, or to bring back the mingled waters to take home with us as a reminder of the give and take of community. Our communions remind us that we belong to one another. We are individuals, yes, and we bring our strengths and our weaknesses into this community, and we do it with the hope that we will be seen, we will be known, we will be understood. It's driving me crazy. Okay. In her podcast, We Can Do Hard Things, Glennon Doyle answers a question sent in by one of her listeners. All her friends seem to have coupled up And what is she supposed to do? How can she fix this deep loneliness that's coming up in her? She's looking for strategies, right? Help me understand how to be less lonely. Glennon's co-hosts share about how important it is to learn to love ourselves enough that it doesn't feel like a desperate need to be with others so we don't have to be alone. Her other co-hosts shared that often people do feel lonely when they're in relationships. It's not going to solve the loneliness to be in a couple or a pairing or a polyamorous relationship. It's just not going to solve the loneliness. I was listening and I was nodding. Okay, yeah, that sounds right. We got to like ourselves a little bit, and the loneliness isn't solved by being in a relationship. And then when Glennon started responding, I was like, oh man, gosh, yeah. Obviously, loneliness isn't resolved by making true, deep, I see you truly, you see me truly relationships. It is solved by that, but not forever. Okay. She says, every study ever says the quality of our connections with human beings determine the quality of our life. And on the other hand, we are just born with this untenable situation, which is that we are all alone inside our own skin. But somehow we have a longing inside us to be part of something else, something bigger. We want to be reconnected to something we don't remember being connected to be known, to be seen, to know and to see each other for who we are. Okay, good, wonderful. I know this in my bones. Belonging, yes. But here's the part I didn't put together before. She says, if this is the case, if we're born to long to connect, and that is what this ache of loneliness is, then it seems to me that the only thing we could do that's worse is to assume that when we long, when we are lonely, that something's wrong with us. Because longing isn't wrong. Loneliness isn't a moral failing. Longing is like hunger. It's like a hunger that's able to be satisfied only temporarily, but an ongoing, life-sustaining longing. It won't be satisfied in any single relationship, by any single moment of connection, just like hunger won't be satisfied by any single meal, by eating only one type of food forever. Just like hunger, this longing will always be with us. If we don't feel it anymore, we aren't alive. And yet, from the time we are small, we create all kinds of ways to ignore the need, to cope with the conditions of being alone in our skin. We create these walls around ourselves to keep from getting hurt, but they also keep us from getting this deeply human connection, this need for connection met. Human connection is a primary human need, so longing will be your lifelong companion. How do you fill that need for connection, for belonging? How do you fill that need? Let's share a couple stories. I'm going to get the mic ready. If you have a need, a way that you find that you fulfill the need for connection, and have a very short story you want to tell about how you find and fill the need for connection, go ahead and raise your hand. I'll let you share.
Get a Catahoula dog.
Yeah. Volunteer, yep. I'm just going to use this mic. Way better.
I go visit somebody who can't get out by themselves.
Okay, I have 3 children, so I feel really disconnected from all of my peers and friends of similar age. So I write a lot of feelings and thoughts and stories and post them on Facebook and Instagram with pretty pictures and, I don't know, kind of humble brags. And nobody likes or comments, but I feel better having posted.
Yeah, I find I go out and listen to some music, find a place where they're really playing some good music of all kinds.
Oh, 2 more. Okay.
I get a bunch of people together and we put on plays.
Join an organization for things that interest you.
Have any of you come here? I thought maybe it might be perhaps why most of you come here. That being part of this community is one of the ways that you seek and find connection. Coming to hear me speak isn't the main thing that you get from your connection to this church, I hope. It's the relationships you have or want to build with other people here. I hope that you find those relationships here, because the world out there is deeply disconnected. It's divided politically, socially, by age, and by culture. And these divisions are highlighted and heightened by the technology we've adopted to try to be more connected. Communications technology was created to make it easier to communicate, obviously, but of course, the more we communicate, the more we miscommunicate, the more we struggle. The more we can learn about each other, the more we find we have things in common, yes, but also we can find more that will divide us. So yes, now we all have these super fast computers in our pockets that are meant to help us connect with one another and the world, but they also can make our lives harder, make it harder to connect. So sometimes it makes sense to unplug, to take a break from the technology that drives us to so much division. We can take a social media break. Instead, we can call a friend. We can turn off the television news. Instead, we can go for a hike, a bike ride, or we can wander in nature, however that works for us. We can leave our phones on airplane mode after you leave this space, because I know that you all turned your phone to airplane mode as soon as you walked in. And maybe you can read a book, do a creative project, make and eat a complex meal, and share it with those you love. So today, we were taking a break from how we normally have done things. We've become unplugged from our normal so that we can see things from a different perspective. Do you see things from a different perspective? Hi there. We've circled round in ways that folks have circled round for generations. We've come close to hear the good words. We've come close to share an experience together. Today, we've gathered facing one another and remembering that when we are together, what matters is the relationship between us and the sustaining structures that keep us going. The story of the tree that Elena shared with us tells us about what it means to take care of our resources, our community, what it can do for us to take the time to be together in calm, in silence. The stranger comes, they enjoy the fruit of the community, and when they want to sell them, that's not how we do community. We share. We share responsibly to care for the tree, for our community. We share responsibility for each other. And because of that, the tree, the community, is able to sustain us. And when the stranger is given the chance to rest and find connection, they are able to go out into the world with a lighter step, with a joyful smile, and then they're able to make more connections and share more love into this world. So before we go out into this world, having rested, connected, and found centering, let's sing one more time together. Rise in body or spirit to sing. Come sing a song with me, number 346 in the gray hymnal. And thank you again, Peter and Wendy, for playing for us, bringing your magic guitar music. Sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and rose in the winter time. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and rose in the winter time. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and rose in the winter time. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Okay, as we gather ourselves to close, reach out to those near you who are you're able to reach. Grab hands if you feel comfortable doing so. And listen, listen. We circle round together. We circle round for freedom, for hope, for love. May we go knowing that we are peace. When you go, go in peace.
Leave this place knowing that you are good and knowing that you are loved.
Take your light, your dark, and your love from this place and share them with the world. And stay safe until we meet again. Amen. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Coffee, conversation, get your Sam postcards.